Big Wade, welcome to the Dogcast, my
Big
friend.
Rogue. What's up? We're back.
We
Week
are
three.
back like we never left.
Back like
I
we know.
keep forgetting to queue up Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh yeah.
I need to find that one.
You should do that on the little clip or something, the teaser clip for
Yeah.
the gram.
I gotta see if maybe Mac can edit that in or something. That's a little bit above my pay grade here, but
He can
awesome. Well,
he can edit
welcome
it
in,
up.
man. Happy midweek. How was Labor Day weekend?
It was good. Lots more boat time. Went over to Eastern Washington. Went to Lake Chelan, where the notorious Tyson McGuffin hails from. That's where legends are made. But didn't get any pickleball in. But they had some pickleball courts there. But we just hung out by the lake and then stayed at a hotel on the way home, and then went fishing this morning and did the Pacific Northwestern type stuff and caught some salmon, and now just working in the yard.
Nice. Do you work?
No, I don't work. No, I took. I mean, we all had Monday off. I took Tuesday off, and then set up the week to not have any meetings today. So
Nice.
been fishing this morning, and then yard work in the afternoon. Keeping the little Slack emoji green and live as long as I can.
There we go. If you can keep the mouse moving, if you can keep the mouse jiggling, you're good.
Yeah,
Answer the
I know. I
questions.
don't I don't trust my IT department. I feel like they'd see that shit. So I just have it on my phone where my phone just never goes to sleep.
That's the
Like,
move.
wait, what is this mouse wiggler you've installed?
I'm just kidding. I don't have a mouse wiggler. I get my stuff done. I'm in actually. I start at 8 and I work until 10:30 at night. And the only time I take a break is a lunch break
In
and a
this,
potty break.
in the
Um,
dog
and
cast.
and I do the dog cast during my lunch or my potty
Yeah.
break. So I'm pretty much end to end over here.
Nice.
But yeah, man, the pockets feeling a little light
Little,
lately.
yeah, a little light, little light. Well, Martin's the only one that, I'll give him credit. He's the only one that will accept a wager on the side bet. Everybody else is fucking chicken shit. So, um, I appreciate him always giving me action.
Yeah, I feel like the more you bet him, the more powerful he becomes, man.
I know, I know. I'm scared. I'm kind of scared to bet against him this week, more so because of his weak opponent in Obby, who I think got one win last week, which was disgraceful.
Yeah. Real talk question though. If you were down here, if you were here this Friday and you were playing for Ankit or Abi, what's your record against Martin this week on Friday? If you had the paddle
I
in your own hand.
I had to pat. Yeah, I would set my line. I would go with that. Go with like a 3 or 3.5 line. I would definitely get 3 or 4 wins. Three would be a failure. I think I'd come out with four. I'm not going to say I'd come down there and come 6-0 and wipe the table, but I think I'd have a nice showing of 4 wins with them.
Yeah. So then head to head, you get three matchups against Martin. What are you going?
I'm going 2-3. I'll let him squeak one in there.
Two and one. So two of three.
Oh my God. Wow. Just to
We
speak of the devil.
we
Speak of the
got a little
devil.
Zoom bombing.
Oh, what's going on? Wait, didn't see you
I
there.
feel I feel trapped. I feel trapped. I was actually talking good things about you, Martin.
Yeah,
He was saying good things,
I
I
like
relatively
it.
said
speaking.
I said you're the only one that has the balls to give me side action, and actually put your money where your mouth is. Everybody else is too chicken shit. I said I would take 2 out of 3 if I was taking Abby's place this week against you. I'd said you'd squeak one out, but I'd come and take at least two off you.
Considering last time we played, I went 4-2 against you. I'll take that side
Was
action.
it? You can't say it was against me when you only returned the ball to Ron.
Ooh, so you're saying it's Ron's fault?
No, I'm saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's your fault.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Let's see what Ron
I
has to
think
say
I
about
think
that after
through
the
I
bet.
think through six I think you get a test. I think through 6 games I think I had maybe 2 accidental returns from you to my side of the court.
You mean because
Instead, you
Ron
just
can't hit
slice
the
return to
slice?
Ron.
He can't return the slice?
I can return the slice. You know I'm a slicer. I like to fight your fire with fire.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Well, if Ron's not able to be the scapegoat of the match, we'll probably have some good action when you get back. Wayne, you might have to get another partner. Although
Oh,
Ron was talking big mess that he had your number, Martin. He said he
Oh,
wished he could play you
I'm
every
sure
week.
he does that constantly.
We got a
I
we
think
got a lot of big.
I would put me and Adam against Martin and whoever he wants in Junkyard any day of the week.
Whoever I want.
In Junkyard, anybody you want, Adam
All
and
right.
we will take it on. I know
I'll think
Adam
about
would
it.
gladly accept too.
I'll think about it.
We've got
Yeah.
some budding. I feel like we have some budding rivalries in the group. Uh,
So it makes it great.
That
yeah.
makes it great.
Some good stuff. Martin's got like three or four brewing right now that he's
Yeah.
cooking up, but it makes him. It's like the Infinity Stones, right? Every time you
Just
get
one
another
more.
rivalry, you start building power.
I love it. I
Awesome.
love
Well, I
it.
figured we could switch it up today
Let's do it.
and bring in a little bit of head-to-head betting on the matchups, a little bit of
I like
recap,
it.
bring in a little bit of Martin's got some pretty good betting history under his belt, so maybe bringing that juju in, we get a little bit more action on these games and a little bit of insight from somebody in
I
the
love it.
trenches,
I
and
love it.
then somebody
I do
coming
have a
from the
leg up
outside.
seeing the guys on a daily basis, right? For you, it's tough. I mean, yeah, I even looked at this week's. There's a couple guys that I don't play with them a lot. Like
Yeah.
I know they're in the league, but for example, Stanfield I haven't played with in a while. I think Josh filling in for John's team. He's there, but I just don't play with him personally. So yeah, I have a leg up by just being in it more consistently than you, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's jump right into it. Figured today what we could do, let's look at the matchups for this week, but we can reference just kind of go back and look and reference at how they did last week. I like picking a winner and then finding a player prop. So I'll kind of let you guys
Yeah.
go around the table and pick maybe a player that we want to make the player prop from each matchup. And I'll let Martin, I'll let you pick the player prop for the first match. But first match we've got. Actually, we gotta save your match for last. So we'll
Yeah.
we'll jump to Joseph Trevor, and I believe there's a sub for Jeff. I believe there's a sub for Jeff. Let me double check that. But Jeff and then Tony, the Kitchen Crashers versus Dink Dynasty, which is Christian Mark. Stanfield is subbing for Brian, so that'll be an interesting one to pay attention to. And then
Mhm.
Brent is subbing for Jeff.
Brent, that's right. Good
Yeah, he's
call.
subbing for Jeff.
Yep. So Joseph, Trevor, Brent, who showed up today and got some action. Tony versus Christian Mark Stanfield, who also showed up today and got some action. Fun fact: both Brent and Stanfield got the smoke from Marcus and I this morning, so they should be
Fired
hooked
up.
up and primed and ready to go for Friday. But let's start off, Wade. Let's start off like who are you thinking in this one? Kitchen Crashers undefeated right now. They're 2-0.
They
Dink
are
Dynasty is split, I believe,
one and
right
one.
now.
Yeah. I think, let's see, the first week I bet against Christian, it said it fired him up. And I think I lost that. And then I bet on him and he did not come through. I'm going to give him a redemption opportunity and I'm going to bet on him to win and pull through for the Wade's winners. And I'm going to go against Joseph's team.
I like it. Spicy. I like it. Stanfield looks to have some more offense than he did last season.
Yeah.
He was had the Tui backhand going, ripping some drives. So I think he'll fill in nicely. He's a pretty comparable player to Brian. I think play style and forehand backhand, not overly aggressive. So
Yeah. If
should
Christian
be.
lets me down 2 weeks in a row, it's going to be hard to trust him the rest of the season.
He's gonna get blackballed.
Yeah.
Marty, who you
So
got?
I actually agree with you. I think it's going to be Dink Dynasty in a close one. If it goes to Dream Breaker, I think we saw last week Kitchen Crashers is going to be as good as anybody in a Dream
Yeah.
Breaker.
Yeah.
Minus maybe Brent really struggled with Dream Breaker last year. So that might be their downfall if they would go to that route. But Brent is a super solid three. Stanfield is super solid three. Um, So I'm gonna go Dink Dynasty winning it by one game. So what would that be? 14-10?
Yeah, 14-10. My team knows all too well about 14-10 this season. But yeah, I think that's an interesting note too because Kitchen Crashers, I don't think anybody wants to see them in a Dream Breaker this season based off of what we saw last week and just the skill set across the board, top to bottom. Everybody on that team can play singles. But I do agree that Brent is a much better doubles player than he is a singles player. Whereas Brian whereas Jeff, I think, has a little bit more offense there in a singles format. So
What
uh,
do we think about the player prop just being straight up both number three subbing?
yeah,
Who gets more if it's tied on wins, most points, but who has the better performance?
I like that Stanford versus Brent on the
Stanfield.
player prop.
Yeah. I think just because I'm going Dink Dynasty, that's probably coming with an extra win from the three slot. Over Kitchen Crashes. I'm gonna say Stanfield takes the head to head there.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Nice, nice. Well,
Stanfield.
we're all
Too
friendly
agreeable to
so far
start. Too
after the
agreeable to
first.
Too
start.
agreeable.
I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm sure we'll get into it when it's time for the lifetime betting
There we go.
market.
I
There we
think
go.
so.
All right, next matchup. Ghost Recon. A bunch of really handsome guys. Mac, EY, Sin, and myself. Sin's coming off the injury report today. He was a question mark early in the week. Actually, Ron got in there, worked some magic, and he's feeling. He said his
Gave him
hips
some
haven't felt this
juju.
good in 6 years. So
Yeah. I
so
don't
we
want to know
got
what went on at that appointment.
signed an NDA. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And then we got your boys. We got the Red Mountain Group, MPGA, Adam, Chris, Ron, and Craig. Both teams at full strength as far as subs go. I got to spend a little time with Chris on Monday. We hung out at Junk's house, and Chris just told me like we don't want any of his action. So he's feeling pretty confident. But how you guys feeling? Ghost Recon, we're 0-2 right now. Two tough losses. MPGA, I think they're 1-1. Lost in the Dream Breaker last week, but strong performance in week one against Martin's team that was less than full strength that week. So,
How
what
do
are
you
we
feel
thinking?
about your team's single performance if it were to go that route?
My team's what? Singles
Singles
performance?
Dream
performance if it
Breaker
were to go that
performance.
route.
I told somebody else this. Brian asked me if we practice singles. I said we got to put ourselves in that position at this point. So I don't
Because
know.
I
I
think
mean,
this one will
everybody's
come down to
seen.
a dream breaker, is my
Yeah,
estimate.
I'd put my money on Marcus as the best singles player in the group when he's on. EY's
UI
got
should be solid, right?
EY's got a nasty drive, right? I
Yeah.
think when you take that into consideration, so I think it's going to come down to like what do Sin and I look like? We're both competitors. Their team has a great singles lineup too. Adam's incredible drive, like you don't really want to see him on passing shots. Chris, a lot of action on the ball. Ron hits it really hard. Craig, I haven't seen Craig in a singles format, so a little tougher to gauge. I think in if the line is even probably in Vegas, I'm just going with my guys based off of confidence and love for the crew. But I think it would be a very competitive dream breaker for sure.
So yeah, I think this is going to be a dream breaker. And see, just for the brand, I'm gonna have to say go against Ron, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna say Ghost Recon wins in a dream breaker fashion.
Riding with
And
us,
of
my
course,
guy
Wade's got
Martin.
to go the opposite. So hopefully we got some
Hey, you know,
some
I think I'm
disagreement
gonna
here.
surprise. I told somebody, I don't know, maybe it was Logan last week. I said I'm done. I gotta follow the money a little bit more than my heart sometimes. And this is the week where I gotta follow the money. I'm going Ghost Recon also in a close one, 14-10.
Ooh, the pressure's on.
So
Hopefully.
Yeah.
and going against my boys, they're not going to be happy about that. But I don't think that Ghost Recon can go 0-3. It's kind of like a do or die situation.
I mean, we started
Yeah.
0-3 last year, our crew. We started 0-3. Granted, we
You
didn't have a
did,
full roster for the first three weeks, right? And then started picking it up a little bit, but we went from 0-3 to championship match. So not all is
Yeah.
lost, especially in an eight team, so 7-6 season. But yeah, I mean, you have no room for error if you lose this one.
yeah, I
Absolutely.
think so, and I agree. I think Ghost Recon has a bit of an edge in a Dream Breaker format, but not a big edge. But that's where I think either way, I'm gonna win either in Dream Breaker or straight up.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys thinking for a player prop here?
EY has been struggling, huh?
Yeah, tough first couple
Let's
weeks coming
let's
off
go
injury.
EY because I think in order for you guys to either go to a Dream Breaker or win it straight up, you probably need EY
Perform.
to come out at least with three, right? Because technically, if you
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
about it, the David versus Goliath matchup, while there's upsets every single week, that's supposed to go one way. So you have five other games where like every win matters. So if you win three, you've kind of done the bare minimum as the one or two on paper. So I think he needs to win at least three, whether
Yeah.
that's pushing through on the David Goliath or somewhere else. But yeah, I think three needs to be that line. So does he go 3.5? Do we go 3.5 for the line, or do we go 2.5 for the line?
Do we want to make it a head to head versus Chris, or do we want to just go a straight up
Let's
on the
just go
line?
straight up on EY.
Let's go 2.5 then. Let's go 2.5. Does he get three?
So
Yeah,
I
Which I
think he
think
gets
if
three. So I'll go over on 2.5.
yeah.
yeah,
I think he has to get three. I think he will.
nice. I
Might
like it.
get. I
Like the
think he might
confidence
get
in my guy.
four, but He'll get at least three.
Yeah. I know that Wade, your guys are gonna love this. They're gonna be fueled by you picking
I think.
against them for sure.
Yeah.
So
Well, actually, let's do it this
it-
way. Let's do the 3.5 because again, him being a two seed, he should get three. So
yeah.
let's go. Wait, you think he's going to get four? I think he's going to get three. So I'll get the unknown 3.5. You take the over.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we
I think
go.
he's gonna get four.
There we go. What kind of EY do we see? If his serve's firing the way that it's been lately, and then his drive starts going, I think we've all seen EY in top form is pretty dangerous. So I'm hoping to see old EY back, and he said he's feeling a lot better week by week in the hip. So
I'm gonna be
we'll see.
honest though, little inside. We had a fantasy football draft yesterday, and EY picked Josh Allen in the first round, which immediately red flags. So I don't know if that's going to benefit the argument or not, but that's what he
Yeah.
went with.
I mean, in that league, you kind of have to draft
Yeah,
heavy in the
16
beginning.
teams. You just get your guys. It's a
Yeah,
baby.
you get your top three or four guys, and then you just hope and pray on the bench.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to be the last guy to get your QB, that's for sure. I don't know if you want to be the first guy, but you don't want the 17th best
Lamar
QB
was the
in the
first taken at like 109.
who was?
Lamar,
Oh yeah.
I forget
Yeah.
who picked him, but somebody picked him 109 or something like that.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, that's why I
daily
like
weekly point
my
guy.
big league that my father and I do. We do 8 teams. I think I was telling Logan about the 8 teams, super flex,
Just
$250
stacked.
buy-in. It's just stacked MVP. Um,
Not
you know,
even worth playing at that point. You're just you're
it's
just
so
checking in
fun.
to see how it all ran
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You're like it's tough. It's actually hard to draft in sometimes, and
You got
then
Garrett Wilson on the bench.
yeah, you have like these good guys on the bench. Where you're like, fuck, like he's gonna go off, but also this guy could go off. So it's a mind fuck at the same time.
Yeah.
You're like, who's gonna go off more?
Somebody's listening to this right now and absolutely rolling their eyes and has no idea what we're talking about. So we'll bring it back to the
Obby, Obby has no idea what
pickleball
we're
court.
talking about.
Dang, Avi's gonna take offense to that. He's a big football guy. Um, but
Surprising.
the third match that we'll talk about, Cobra Kai, deck the balls. Cobra Kai's at full strength. We've got Robbie, Jaden, who wanted me to let you know he didn't lose a game against Abby, and he said, fly down anytime and come and see me. That was fresh off the press. So he
Jaden does
said,
not want the
he
smoke.
said, he said, Wade, like, come and get some if you want some, brother. I'm here. Put his glasses back on
Oh
and
my
walked out the gym.
gosh.
So that's just a translation for you. Kyle and Jeremy. Jeremy had a really good week last week too. Said his duper perked up after Friday. And then deck the balls. John Preston. Preston's moving back into the two this week from the three. He was in the three against us. Back into the two with no Brad. We're gonna have to check in on our boy Brad. That's two absences in the first 3 weeks. So hopefully everything's all right there. Josh is coming in again. Josh has been doing well and sporadic play that he's joined in. I think he was top of the board on Wednesday, or sorry, Monday. So definitely some opportunity there with Josh. And then Kuhn drilled with Kuhn on Monday. It's got a bag of shots, so he's continuing to put it together and get better and better every week. But what do we think about this matchup, guys?
Mhm.
So I think if Deck the Balls was at full strength, I would go Deck the Balls. But Cobra Kai is undefeated, right? Are they not undefeated right now?
No,
They
they
won
are
one
No, they're
winning.
one and
They lost
one.
Dreambreaker.
in a Dream Breaker week 1.
Oh, they lost the Dreambreaker week one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Deck the Balls is undefeated then or what?
Deck the Balls is undefeated. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, John and Preston have been putting in a lot of work, like legitimately, practicing together today, like drilling together. I saw Preston taking lessons with a pro at Lifetime Pickleball. So like they're putting in the work.
Yeah.
Um, so if Preston was the three and Brad was the two, or even vice versa, man, like they're going to be really, really tough to beat. Um, but yeah, Cobra Kai, I mean, they've played so well,
Mhm.
right? So I'm gonna go with Deck the Balls, 14-10.
Nice. That's a pivot from how you were leading that up. I
Yeah,
thought you
no,
were
like
teeing it to
immediately,
go.
like I was like, without Brad, because I just don't know Josh well enough. But you
Yeah.
said Josh's been playing pretty decent, and I just think John and Preston have such a high floor. They're just not going to lose a lot together. Like they probably go 2-0 together. Been playing so well.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, if they can just squeeze out, two wins with anybody else, um, you have a pretty high floor with those guys, I think. And so, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's what I'll go with. Take the balls,
Little
keep it
insider
up.
too. I believe that Jeremy and Jaden made it to the top court today and didn't get to play on top court. They had to leave, but they did make it up there, which is a strong showing for a 2-4
Two
pairing.
four pairing, yeah.
And then John and Preston made it to top court twice and got absolutely knocked off.
Oh,
Close games by a couple of studs up there. So I I don't know what's gonna happen Friday, but it wouldn't surprise me if Jaden pulled the boys through.
okay.
Rivera's always a threat. They're just strong right now, top to
Yeah.
bottom,
They're
man.
they're strong. They're
They're
strong.
strong top to bottom. And not that Deck the Balls isn't, but I think to your point of like lineups moving, lineups switching around, I think anything can happen. John can play lights out or he can hit every ball out. So um, I don't know. I'm not picking because I'm staying out
I
of it as the
Yeah.
host, but
No,
yeah,
I'm going with Cobra Kai. Primarily because Rivera, I mean, he messaged me, I think, while he was still on the damn court saying that your bet lost, so F off in some other words, and then posts a picture of him on drinking a beer on the boat. Like, I just feel like he's throwing a lot of shade,
he's
and
feeling himself.
yeah,
Had
he's
some
feeling
highlighter
it.
orange shoes today.
Jaden's feeling himself. So, I'll boost their ego a little bit and pick them, and hopefully they don't let me down. But
Yeah, I like it.
yeah,
Let's
going with Cobra Kai. I think they're a dark horse this
yeah,
year.
I like 'em. I don't even think they're a dark horse
I was gonna
anymore,
say they're not
honestly.
even dark horse anymore.
Yeah, because
Yeah, great.
Kyle's as good as any two as well, right? So, and then if Jeremy's playing at the top of his game, I know Martin's got a
Hmm.
soft spot for Jeremy and plays well with him. So, he's seen him, perform. So, yeah, I think this will be another tight one. Every single one of these I think is going to be competitive. But who do we like? I'm going to push us on the player prop. Let's take a
Hmm.
look at a four. I think we've done head to head ones. We've done head to head twos. I think some threes. So like let's look at Kuhn and Jeremy head to head on the player prop.
Um, I'm I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say they're smack dab tied on wins. They're both gonna get the same amount of wins, and then I'm gonna say again, just because I think John and Preston have a higher floor for the most part, I'm gonna say Kuhn takes it on total points.
I like it. I
I
like it. It's a
think
spicy pick.
I think that Jeremy will get more wins. Um, but I feel weird. I feel like Kuhn's going to get a lot of points, but he's not going to win as many
Mm.
as he wants to. I think
Hey,
he'll I
winning is
think
all
he'll
that matters. Points are secondary, so
yeah, I think he'll get a lot of points, but he won't squeak out the wins. He's
okay.
going to lose
So
a
you're
couple tight
taking
ones.
Jeremy and wins.
Yep,
Uh,
Kuhn and points.
Kuhn in points. Okay, cool. All right. Matchup of the week. I don't know if this is technically the matchup of the week, but we'll call it the matchup of the week. Body baggers, Ankit, Abi, uh, Kevin Nellis. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not familiar with him.
I think
So
he's like a
Ankit's
4-1 something based on the screenshot he sent in.
okay. So he might be pulling a fast one on us. We'll see. We'll find
Seriously, he's
out.
bringing in some sort of ringer that has like 40% reliability score or something.
Yeah,
4%.
I
Yeah.
Ankit hasn't brought a sub that anybody's heard of so far, and he's had a handful of subs. So he might be on like watch here. And then Allen, the 5-1 from last week, Kyle Allen coming in the four, and then you've got the bounce back kids, lifetime pickleball. Martin coming off of the best performance I think we've ever seen in the league. Shut your ears, Martin, so you don't get too big of a head on that one. Uh, and we got Robbie, who no showed again today. We need donuts on Friday,
Oof.
Robbie.
He's
We got
resting.
Drew.
He's resting.
We got Drew back from Europe. It was confirmed that he is now 25% black after that trip. He came back dark. So DNA switched up there, but brother played pretty well last week. It sounds like. And then Junk did his
Any
normal
broken
Junk.
paddles? Did he break a paddle
He didn't
last
break a
week? Or
paddle, I don't think.
He threw one
he
second
threw
game,
one?
hit me on the foot, and I wasn't even on the court. He like
Yeah.
threw it, it went under the barrier and hit me on the foot, and I was like, bro, don't need that second game in.
And then Junk did what Junk does, right? So he had his yo-yo game. So he, what, 1-5 week one, 4-2 last week, I believe.
Yeah,
If I'm
four and
not
two last week.
mistaken, with 63 points. So he popped off a little bit last week. And yeah, so curious thoughts, or Martin, I can make the pick on this one. Let you stay out of the pick on that one, but I'll let Wade pick first
Yeah.
here.
Well,
Well,
I think the
first of
first
all,
line.
I don't need to pick, but obviously, are you willing to keep riding $50 against the lifetime crew, or are you smarten up a little bit?
I like I said, I'm gonna follow the money, not the heart. Maybe just this week.
Papa!
Just this
Papa!
week. Um, I'm riding with Lifetime on as a team on this one.
Smart man.
Um, I'm a smart man this week, and I definitely think a prop bet though has to be point 0.5 over under on broken paddles. Um, just on
Depends how the
Drew,
week goes.
just on Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I want to bet against you, Martin, just for the show, but I can't, and I'll give you guys the reasons why. I think, you know, on paper, pretty competitive pairings. I don't know anything about Kevin, so
Yeah,
that throws a little bit of wrench into this. But I do feel like Martin's understands these guys' games well. Watched him play against Abi this morning, and there were a couple moments where I'm like, he knows what he's doing, and I think he got into Abi's head a little bit here, but we'll see if Abi takes what he learned this morning and applies it against Martin. But I think that Martin did a good job of kind of reading weaknesses, and then just like Belichick against a rookie QB on another team, I think that Martin versus Kyle, who has a very like
I mean
polarizing
Belichick was
game.
terrible this weekend.
Seriously.
He has a polarizing game. Yeah, we're talking about vintage
Yeah, and
Belichick,
then yeah.
vintage
Was it
with
Brady? Was it
Brady on his
Brady or is
team.
it Belichick?
With Brady on his
I
team,
think we know the
I
answer.
think I think Martin's gonna find too many holes in the setup over there. Maybe giving him too much credit, but I feel like that's his game, and he does a good
It's
job of
definitely too
finding
much credit.
weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe I'll get proven wrong here. But from what I've seen, it's hard to bet against Lifetime. I still think nobody
No, it's
wants to
pretty
see
easy
Ankits
too. Yeah.
drives. Nobody wants to see Abi when he's firing on all cylinders. But it seems like the net typically goes in Martin's favor in that matchup. So uh,
Always.
Get
I don't
ready.
think the net has gone in Abi's favor ever when we played. Like I'm 100-0 against him if you were to believe him when it comes to net rollers.
Yeah,
This might not even
that's
be a pickable matchup, honestly. It might be destiny here. But but
yeah. I
let's
think
oh
there's
go
a lot
ahead.
of I mean, it's just mental. Like Abi's coming off a 1-win week, and now he's facing, his kryptonite essentially. Like that's tough.
Yeah.
I think Martin is renting a little bit of space in his brain right now. So, and
Well,
it's tough. It's tough.
yeah, I'd agree with you.
Mental
Unfortunately,
warfare.
Abby, I apologize for agreeing here, but I do feel like
It's just gonna get him fired up.
Martin's got a little apartment complex up there that
Yeah, a
he
little
visits on
studio. Yeah,
Fridays. But prop bet here. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to go Abby. We've already done Abby on a prop bet.
yeah,
We've already done Martin.
Let's
Let's
do
go
Drew.
Junk.
Drew.
Okay, I like that. Drew in the sub.
Yeah,
Head to
that'd be
head. Drew in the
interesting
sub.
because again, I feel like Drew has such a high floor.
Yeah.
Him and Junk play really well together. I think Drew and I we complement each other. So I think Drew has like a almost 3-win floor, even when
Yeah.
it's not going well for him. And I think he has about as high of a ceiling as anybody because of him and Robbie fire out of all cylinders. Um, he's just going to be great. And meanwhile, this Kevin guy, I mean, he could go 1-5 or 5-1 for all we know.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
so I think. Yeah, Drew and him would be nice, and I'm of course going to take Drew on the over just because I think he has such high floor, and unless that Kevin guy is just an absolute baller and puts 4 or 5 wins past us, at which point we're in trouble anyway. I'm gonna go with Drew.
Yeah.
And the line's 3.5.
Yeah, let's go 3.5.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna even go over. I'm
I
gonna
think I'm
say he
gonna
gets
take
4.
under. I think he's gonna get 3, but I don't think he's gonna
I'm gonna
get
say he
4.
gets 4, and he gets. I don't think they get the upset in David versus Goliath, but I think they're gonna keep it really freaking close.
Yeah,
Um.
they'll keep it close for sure.
Yeah. And I the other wild card that like I think has to be acknowledged is if this is your first time playing at 5 a.m.,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
Yes,
wake up
yeah,
call. As Wade found out when I pulled him
yeah.
in.
I found it out very quickly.
Oh
I'm gonna
wow.
need to before I come back. I'm gonna have to do it like the week prior. Like even today, I woke up at like 4:45, I think, to go fishing, and I was like, oh my God, like I need to
life's tough.
get back into practice here.
Yeah. I think that they're practicing tomorrow, so my guess is they're gonna try to get him in the door tomorrow. But still, it's just nothing hits like 5 a.m. Pickleball against a bunch of guys that you've never played against too, right? So
Yeah, or
um,
with really. I mean,
yeah.
he's on kits, like on kit found him. That's about it.
Assuming yeah, he's played with
Okay.
Ankit. Um,
Yeah.
and then I think when you look at like Martin, Robbie, Drew, and Junk, if this is the first time you're playing against them, like I don't think you're gonna get the right
There's so many
read
different
after.
styles.
Yeah, so a lot paddles moving in a lot of different directions with that group. So I think it's gonna be too much to handle for somebody new to the group. So I'm
It could
with you
be a
on
For
spicy
sure.
Drew.
matchup with Abi, Robbie, and Drew all on the same court.
Yeah.
Could be spicy.
Yeah, and
Also be
especially if
flying.
if Kevin turns out to be a hothead too, we might have. Not saying that Drew and Robbie are hotheads.
Oh, they are. They are. You can
I'm
say
not,
it.
I'm not saying it, but if Kevin's a hothead, we might have some. We might have to get the full record live streamed on
Yeah.
that court.
Oh, the Mesa Fire Department.
But awesome guys. Appreciate you both for jumping through the picks today. I think we got some good action. We'll go through and count it up. Obviously, you guys will keep your head to head running on, or actually, you bet with Martin, so we'll
Yeah,
make
no, I bet with him. But I
you
would like
bet
to
with
find
him,
a way
right?
to
Chicken out.
But
I would like to
we'll
find a way.
let's take a look at all your picks. We'll take a look at all of the picks. So we'll look at your straight up games and then your player props. You guys oppose each other on a handful of player props, and we'll just see who outright wins this week on picks. Is that fair?
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Awesome. All right, fellas. We will Wade, I'm sure you'll get a text from somebody that you pissed off
I'm sure I will.
at
Definitely gonna
6:45
be
or
Adam and Ron
yeah,
first on
they
the
might
thread.
they're gonna text you regardless. You're gonna get a text as soon as this goes live from
Yeah.
those guys. So, but appreciate you guys as always. We'll have to do this again. I think this is a fun dynamic getting the whole crew together here. And as always, have a great rest of your day, and See you Friday, boys.
Thanks, boys.